everybody, and welcome to the North Park Youth Podcast. We're back.
We are back.
It's been a week, but we're here, and we're both healthy. It does feel like it's been longer than that, but I think we recorded an episode, not last Friday, but the Friday before. Right? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We only took 1 week off.
Yeah.
Anyways, my name is Josh.
Yeah.
I'm the youth pastor here at North Park, and this is
Cody.
And he is the youth ministry assistant.
That is what I do. That's what I am.
I don't know. I don't know if you know this. If you've been tuning into the podcast for a while, you know that we don't really ever plan our introductions.
No.
It just kind of happens.
It's off the cuff.
And normally with an episode like this, we would have stopped and tried again.
Right.
But we're just powering through.
We're going.
Powering through.
We're back and we're feeling good.
Great. Yeah. So to start our podcast this morning, we're going to do the same thing we did last time.
Of course.
And we are going to read a devotional from our On the Flip Side teaching series. This is a teaching series we're doing on Wednesday nights. Now, we took a break this past week because I wasn't feeling great. But we're getting back into week 2 next week. Okay. We're going to be skipping ahead a little bit in the devotional. But that's okay, because if people are following along at home, we should be right in the area that you are. Now, There's a chance that we're not perfectly synced up. Like Cody and I noticed on our plans, we're not quite synced up, but that's okay. We are going with day 15 of this teaching series, and I'm going to start by reading the passage. All right. So we're reading Mark chapter 3, verses 1 to 6. Jesus went into the synagogue again and noticed a man with a deformed hand. Since it was the Sabbath, Jesus' enemies watched him closely. If he healed the man's hand, they planned to accuse him of working on the Sabbath, a big no-no. Jesus said to the man with the deformed hand, "Come and stand in front of everyone." Then he turned to his critics and said, "Does the law permit good deeds on the Sabbath, or is it a good day for doing evil?" Cheeky. Is this a day to save life or to destroy it? But they wouldn't answer him. He looked around at them angrily and was deeply saddened by their hard hearts. Then he said to the man, "Hold out your hand." So the man held out his hand, and it was restored. At once the Pharisees went away and met with the supporters of Herod to plot how to kill Jesus. Mm-hmm. So do you want to read the Devo for us today?
Sure. The first time a smartphone was able to be unlocked with a fingerprint, it felt so futuristic.
It did.
What started with one type of phone exclusively being able to do something became a common phenomenon. A fingerprint is so unique that no two people alive have the exact same match, and it's this uniqueness that makes some of us tend to follow the rules and others to be a little bit more rebellious. But what if I told you Jesus calls us to do a little bit of both? What if I told you that?
I would continue listening until you're done the devotional.
There you go. During Jesus' day, there were rules that needed to be kept in order to prove yourself faithful to the law. One of these things was that you could not work on the Sabbath, but Jesus heals a man on the Sabbath in this passage that we just read. Mm-hmm. Holds his hand out, heals the man's hand on the Sabbath. Even though the Pharisees complained, Jesus chose to break the rules to show compassion to those hurting. By doing this, he shows us that the greatest things we can do with our lives, regardless of others' expectations for us, is to show compassion.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah. It's good stuff. It is a very powerful passage. Like the fact that Jesus did something that most of us would say, like, it's a miracle, what Jesus did. Yeah. And most of us would say, like, he did a great thing, and he thought of people first. He had compassion on this man. Mm-hmm. And yet these guys, these Pharisees, were kind of like, you can't do that. You're breaking the law of the Sabbath. And I don't know, like, I've enjoyed this series so far, and I've been thinking a lot about this lately. We talked about it on the retreat a bit. We talked about it, I think, in our previous series as well, just the idea, or maybe it was on Sunday mornings. We've been talking through the Gospel of Matthew as well, and talking about how Jesus' kingdom is like an upside down kingdom. Right. He doesn't do things the way we think it should be done. He didn't do things the way the Pharisees thought he should be done, because he shows us priorities, and his priority was people. Right. So there's something important, I think, to be said there.
Yeah. I agree. I think it, like I've said this before, I think I might have said it last time we did devotional on the podcast. It's like that idea of Jesus being very countercultural to what we're used to nowadays in our culture. We're like kind of very like stick to the rules. This is how things should be done, and if it's not done that way, then like, you know. But like you said, he does this amazing thing, and there are still people out there who are like, "What the heck, man? Yeah, not following the rules."
Yeah, people first, guys. I think that's an important. Like, if it comes between, I don't know, people are important. Most important thing to Jesus, so they should be the most important thing to us too, right?
Agreed.
So today on the podcast, we are going to be playing a game, but this game has some intention behind it. This isn't just some made up game. Well, it's trivia. I guess it's just kind of a normal game. But it's not just some game we've taken and we're like, let's just play a game for the fun of it. Because this past weekend,
there's
or I guess
intentionality behind this game.
That's right. You're listening to this on a Monday. So a week ago, that previous weekend was our high school retreat.
Yes.
Does that make sense? You following with me? So about 8 days ago. Okay?
So the Monday that you went on YouTube or Spotify or whatever, and you were like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Josh and Cody didn't post a podcast.
Yeah.
The day before that, the Sunday, we were on the retreat.
And we didn't post podcast because we were on the retreat. We won't mention the fact that we took all the podcasting gear with us.
We intended
and just
to
totally
do it.
forgot
And,
to do a podcast. It happens.
It didn't work.
happens. So
We were busy.
Cody has all the podcast equipment set back up.
Yes.
I'm so sorry you had to do that. And so what we're going to be doing is playing some trivia. We've got 5 questions for each of us, and they're all based on the high school retreat. Now, there's a lot of junior highs listening. Here's the important thing. We've said this quite a few times. We have a junior high retreat coming up.
In March.
May.
Sorry, yeah, May.
Don't get your hopes up. It's in May. But May 5th to 7th, we're going back to Pierce Williams. And that's where I got some Pierce Williams questions for you, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Who was
I'm
Pierce
ready.
Williams? No, I'm just joking. That's not one of
He
the questions because I have no idea who Pierce Williams was. That would have been a good one for you.
That would have been a great question.
Anyways, so we've got 10. We've each got 5 questions for one another, and it's all about the retreat weekend or about Pierce Williams. But junior high students, we're going away in a couple of months, 2-3 months, and I'm really looking forward to it.
It's gonna be a great time.
This retreat, it got me back into retreat mode. You know,
yeah.
There's something so fun about these retreats, and I had a great time. Did you have a good time?
I had a fantastic time.
One of your trivia questions that I didn't let you ask on the podcast,
right?
Because it wasn't really a trivia question.
It was kind of
it was like an open-ended.
Yeah, it wasn't trivia at all.
What was the question again?
What was your favorite part of the weekend?
So I'd like to hear yours first.
Okay, so, oh man. I was planning on you going first because then I could copy. No, I'm kidding. My favorite part of the weekend was kind of all day Saturday. Saturday is like Friday night. You get there and it's kind of busy because you're just setting up or you're doing all this stuff.
Yep.
Sunday is kind of a little bit of the same thing. Like the morning is great, but like you know that you're packing up and going home that day. But Saturday is like all day. It's awesome. You have like session in the morning, fun. Session in the evening, but like there's this. How long? 4 or 5 hour?
Yeah, for high school retreats, we do like a 4 or 5 hour chunk from after session.
Yep.
Right? No, after lunch, because we go session basically goes up right up to lunch.
Right.
So after lunch until dinner
lunch
time.
In like
yeah,
free
that's
time
fair.
Because lunch is fun.
Yeah. So, so we've got like this big chunk of free time with our high school retreat. I don't know how we're going to do as junior high. We have to decide if we're going to do lots of free time or if we do some more structured stuff. One of the things I'll say, the difference between high school and junior high is. High school students, they like games.
They can keep themselves busy, too.
They can keep themselves
busy.
Yeah. But they love, and like a big draw for the retreat is like the amazing program that we do.
Right.
And high school students, I would say, like we took a vote at one point who wants to play a game at night or who wants to just hang out.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 66 to 33%.
A bunch of them just wanted to hang out.
Yeah, because it's fun just to hang out. And I'm sure junior highs like to hang out as well, but those nighttime games,
they're a lot of fun.
Now, the other thing is
a lot of fun.
Part of the reason I think high school students didn't want to do it, it was cold.
It was cold. I was like, I really wanted to play. There's this one specific game that I won't tell you about yet because that can wait till May. But I wanted to play it as a leader because I've always played it as a student. But I was like, man, it is so cold outside. I don't want to play this game.
Yeah, 100%. And I was, if I had a vote, which I didn't, or I didn't, at least I
voted
didn't
for.
Vote. Did you?
Because
did you?
I did. Wow. I was like, you know what? I'm committing to the bit.
Yeah, because I was not interested in doing it either. But I will tell you this: junior high retreat, all in, because the weather's nice.
It'll be
it's
great.
warmer.
It'll be great.
Later nights, right? Throw those headlamps on. Do whatever you want at night. It's great. So, I'm really looking forward to it. So again, May 5th to 7th, junior highs, we're getting away. We've got a lot already planned, which is great.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't fully talked about this.
Tiny little
we
bit.
have a speaker lined up, which we talked about.
Yep.
We have our dates, obviously. We have a bus booked already, which is awesome. We've got our menu planned. Yeah. You're most excited about the bus?
Oh yeah. The bus is
But
stuff
yeah,
right there.
anyways, but the theme is like in the works, which I'm excited about. So soon and very soon, we will we'll have that
Soon
information
and
released.
very soon.
Soon and very soon. We will go to see the King. Is that what the song is? Do you know that old song? There's like an old timey hymn. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. My grandparents sang that all the time growing up. All right, but anyways, enough of that. Let's get into our trivia for this morning.
Let's do it.
It's this morning? It's not even, it might be morning when you're listening to it. It's definitely afternoon here.
It's morning when we're going to post it. So
fair enough.
Assuming you listen to this right at 7 a.m. on Mondays, good morning.
But the next Monday will come in life.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
If you weren't here on Wednesday, Cody made the best statement, and our friend Adam, who does sound on Wednesday nights, he says, if you ever do podcast merch, that's got to be the first thing you put on a T-shirt.
The next Monday that comes in life. I was really struggling with the announcements, and like I'm sure some of you who are listening might have been there to hear this, but I couldn't remember what the announcements were. I was stumbling over my words, and then so I was announcing the podcast, and I was like, we upload on Mondays, so we didn't do it last week, but this next Monday, and then I got confused, and I was like, that comes in life. So
okay,
that was an adventure.
So the first question I was going to start you out with, but that I think is too easy, so I'm not going to use it.
I have a lot of easy questions, so go for it.
So the first question I was going to ask is what town, and I'm not counting this. I'm going to ask another one. Oh, you don't even know it?
I don't know.
Oh, so
I know it's
a
weird word because you love it so much.
It is so great. Okay, we'll leave it.
It's like,
number one, what is the name of the town that Pierce Williams is located in?
It either starts with an I or a B.
It's not Iona Station. You go through Iona to get to this camp.
It's a funny word.
I'll give you a hint. It starts with an F.
Oh, okay. So not a B. I thought it started with a B. Man.
I've got another hint. I'll try and get you to guess this one because it's so funny.
I
don't know why I think it's so funny.
I can't remember it. I know that it's a funny sounding word that you like so much, but I'm just gonna guess.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take a wild guess.
Okay, take a wild guess, and then I'll give you a hint, and we can see if we can get you there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess Fwilly.
I mean, no.
But close.
Okay, so my hint to you.
Yeah.
It sounds like if a child were to mispronounce the name of an upper half body part, and it starts with an F. Do I need to give you more specific? What the body part is?
Wait.
It's a finger.
Oh.
Yeah. So if
isn't it like Fingal or something?
Fingal.
Like that?
See, if it like I can think of Lake saying Fingal.
Fingal.
Can you kiss my fingal? Because she always so it's happened like 6 times in the last day. She'll tap it on something, be like, owie, kiss it better. It's cute. All right.
6 times in the last day or yesterday.
Honestly. Yeah. All right. What's your first question for me?
All right. My first question, and again, this might be a little too easy, but in the game that the grade 10 guys and I played together on, I think it was Saturday night, what was the punishment for losing first?
I remember.
There was a chance that you would.
Yeah. So when the guys were playing this game, they were in the dining hall, and I was not playing. Right. I was writing my sermon for the next morning, and so I was loosely paying attention. But the reason I remember is because it was just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
You guys like cracked a wet towel on one another if you were the first person out, and then later on, and this is part of the reason. Later on, I was asked if I wanted to play. Oh, right. And I had seen the game progressing, and I was like, no, I'm for sure going to be the first person out in this game. And so there's no chance that I'm going to play.
The game was that we had to sit in a circle, and we had this football, and we had to throw the football at each other, but we could not make any noise whatsoever.
Yeah. So silent ball, I think it was called?
No, I don't know what it was called.
Think somebody
no
called
laughing, no like grunting, no clearing your throat. And so, like, as soon as someone made a noise, they were out.
All I remember is people, like, pointing at each other.
Yeah.
And it was...
whoever was out first got... what's it called? There's a name for it when you, like, wet a towel.
Yeah.
And, I forget. So you get whipped by this towel by the person who wins the game. So, yeah.
Well, we're both 1 for 1.
Oh. Am I though?
Yeah.
I said Philly.
That's okay. Okay. Here's the next question. I think maybe you can get this one. How many students came on the retreat?
Oh,
Be specific.
Jared said the number last night. I want to say, because I remember
I don't think Jared was right.
Oh, shoot.
I think it may have been less than what Jared said.
Really?
If I remember what number he said, yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me think about everybody who's on the retreat. I'm going to go with 21.
That is correct.
Yes.
Good job. I think Jared said
Jared said either 23
25.
or 27 last night.
Oh, yeah.
Or 25. Like I don't know.
So, fun fact, our 2020 retreat was the last retreat we went on.
Mm-hmm.
We had 22 students.
Was it senior high or junior high?
High school only.
Okay.
In 2020.
Or high school.
And it was 22 students. So we were 1 less than in 2020.
Interesting.
All right. What do you got next for me, buddy?
All right. This is another one that either you will definitely know or you will definitely not know.
Okay.
There will be no, I might know this. What song was Leo begging me to play all weekend during session?
It was by Carrie Underwood. Jesus, Take the Wheel.
Ah, shoot. Yes, it was.
So it almost messed with me because he also was playing Taylor Swift all weekend.
He was. Leo has very, very strong beliefs in music.
Yeah. The biggest controversy from the weekend came with the grade 11 and 12 guys constantly jibber-jabbering at each other about all the music choices.
Yeah, I think they had, 4 speakers that were playing at the exact same time, like different music. Leo had a speaker that he was playing his music. I think somebody else had a speaker.
What was the song
music.
Ivan was talking about on Wednesday? Gangster Boom?
I have no idea.
I think it was called or something. Anyways, so like some of the guys were playing hip-hop. Some of the guys were playing country.
Yeah,
it was just a mess.
It was
At one point, I had to sit Leo down. If you're watching this, hey, Leo. I had to say to Leo, like, hey, dude, like, can't be so concerned about other people's music choices. But then it wasn't just a Leo thing. Like, it was clearly a big issue.
Small group,
yeah, that's all right. All right, question. My question number 3. What were the 5 acts of the Bible?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh. So all weekend, I was talking about how the Bible was in 5 acts.
Yes.
And I think any student that was there
they would definitely be able to tell you for sure.
But yeah, so okay, let's go with act number 1. Do you remember what it is?
I'm going to skip act number 1 and 2.
Act number 1 is the easiest.
3.
Okay, what's 3?
Israel.
You are correct. You are correct. Act number 3 was Israel.
Act number 1 is...
Okay, dude.
It's like
this is the easiest one.
I know. As soon as you say it, I'm going to know it. It's not coming to me now.
I'm giving you a hint, like the easiest hint. What happens at the beginning of the Bible, buddy?
Like creation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there you go.
And then what happens next?
There was like names for each of them.
Yeah, within the first few chapters of the Bible, we have creation, and then something happens.
Oh, well, see, I'm not going to know the name though. Of like the thing,
but it's like the general Christian thing. That
so
we
the whole Garden of Eden, the fall.
The fall.
I see.
Boom.
I got it. As soon as I have like the general idea, I'll be able to tell you.
Yeah. So creation,
the fall, Israel, and then
the most important one, Cody.
I see.
Most important.
This is debatable though.
No,
it could either be the birth or the resurrection,
or you put them together.
Oh. Jesus. I knew. Okay, yeah, this is embarrassing for me.
And then what comes last?
Well,
and this is the thing. Like into the future, we're part of it now.
Right. Oh man,
we're in one now.
Podcast. Kidding, that was a joke.
I just gave you the best hint.
We are in one now.
This is the best because Peyton Cake is listening right now. And she is furious at you.
Oh, I know. Anybody who's watching the podcast or listening who's on the retreat is like, come on, Cody.
The future, but also we're in one right now.
The present. The story.
I can see the walls.
Room?
This room is in a
building. Church.
There you go. Cody.
I've had a right stinker on that one.
I thought that was going to be my easiest
That
question.
was... yeah.
Well, you're 3 for 3, buddy.
I don't think I should get any points for that at all.
Fortunately, there's no prize today.
Fortunately, we're moving on.
All right, what's next?
This is another one that you should know.
Okay.
But it's a funny story.
Yep.
What was my speciality in the kitchen over the weekend?
Oh, yeah. The juice.
The juice.
Cody was the juice guy.
I was the juice man.
So my kids came up on Saturday, and the Corpan kids came up
Wasn't
as well.
just the kids either.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There were many people.
Wow. So, but here's the interesting thing. So my kids were just raving, Nash specifically, and the Corpan kids, just raving about this juice that Cody's making. It's like, those big Gatorade jugs.
Yeah.
Full of, I think we did iced tea to start, and then peach juice.
Well, here's the thing: is the first night we did iced tea, and I got so many people coming to me being like, "Cody, this is disgusting. It's
and so you
watered
stayed
down."
Up all night.
I stayed down all night.
Perfecting.
I was writing calculations down on the wall.
It was a beautiful mind.
No,
there's a window marker, like all the windows. The perfect recipe
on the floor.
Yeah.
None of that is true. I just put more stuff in.
Just made it
time.
real sugary.
Yeah, basically.
Well, it's funny because normally we buy like 4 of these like powder, like the big jugs of powder
cylinders of
and like the no name brand or whatever. And normally we come home. Well, no, I was gonna say normally we come home with more. We did come home with 1, and I think it was iced tea that we came home with. Did you use 2? Or did you do 2 iced teas in 1?
I think I used 1.5 peaches, and I think I used. I don't think I used very much iced tea. The second iced tea batch I didn't make.
Interesting. Oh,
because that was in the morning, and
we
I was
came home with
showering.
1. Like when we were unpacking, I noticed that we had one
we
extra
still
jug.
A few downstairs too.
And and there's others from other events and stuff too. You were the juice man.
I was the juice man, the juicer.
So we'll see. I guess in junior high you're gonna have.
Can I keep up my standard?
I don't know.
Of juice,
it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
because like I'm telling you, Nash was raving. What did he say to you, like Cody?
There were multiple times. I think it was within the span of like 5 minutes. He looked at me and he's like, "Did you make this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I made the juice." And he's like, "It's really good."
When Nash is in junior high, I think he needs to take on the mantle of juice man.
Yes, he has to. It's his destiny at this point.
His destiny. All right. Let's go with Do I give you the one now that'll stump you for sure, or do I give it to you at the end?
Give me that one at the end because I've just had a stumper. So.
Okay. All right. What is the actual name of the building at Pierce Williams that is formerly known as the Longhouse?
It's something Hall.
It is something Hall.
It's a name.
It is.
It's no, because
this should be much easier than you're making it.
No, but here's the thing: is over the weekend there's this place that we do session at, so like worship and preaching and stuff.
A lot of people call it the chapel.
A lot of people call it the chapel. I know when I was in youth, we called it the Longhouse.
Yeah, it used to be called the Longhouse.
And now it's called something different, something Hall.
Something Hall.
But all weekend I was like, no, I will keep calling it the Longhouse to reconnect with my roots. I don't know.
And I was, I did not want to call it the Longhouse.
Right.
And
you were
adamant. I was adamant to call it blank Hall.
This
is not as hard as you think.
No, it's not.
Because there's a connection.
To
the camp.
Joshua Hall.
No.
No, it's probably the name of one of the guys that we met at the beginning.
Nope.
Is it not?
It's more general than that.
Is
you're
it
gonna
like
kick yourself when you hear
Pierce Hall?
It. Close.
Pearson Hall?
Nope.
Pierce Williams Hall.
You're so close.
Williams Hall.
Williams Hall. Like how easy is that, Cody?
Very.
I just gave you.
Very.
I went softball.
And I swung and missed.
And you swung and missed.
Like
but you still got
times.
it. Congratulations. All right. What's your fourth question?
Okay. My fourth question, and I know this because I asked you about this one.
Yeah.
You don't know the answer to this one.
Okay.
So I lost my keys during the weekend, and there was this whole debacle. Who ended up finding my keys?
Okay, so I was thinking about this.
And for a bonus,
where
were they
found?
found?
I think I know where they were found.
Okay.
And part of it was I had actually looked there during like the beginning of session during worship. I went out to look.
I also went out to look.
Or was it before that? I don't remember. Anyways, I went out with my headlamp. I went out with my pen light, and I looked under the tree. Like it was it just around, like in the snow, kind of around where that space was around the tree?
It was like just under the tree, yeah.
Just under the tree. So, it wasn't even snow.
Well,
okay.
I don't know it like the precise spot because I was looking and I heard, "Oh, Cody, I found your keys." So I turned around and looked where the person was.
Right. So I do not know who did this, but I have a guess.
Oh.
Have you only because
broke out the markers and started writing on the walls?
Yeah. I went all beautiful mind on it. Yeah. I think that it was one of the Bignell girls. That would be my guess.
Okay.
Am I correct in that?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say Sarah.
No.
That was my initial
I
guess.
will give you a hint.
Oh, okay.
It was a leader.
Oh.
It was a leader.
Was it Amanda?
It was not Amanda.
Was it Nicole?
It was Nicole.
Wow. Good job, Nicole.
Fantastic
job,
Nicole.
Nicole was like, I think she was like the most animated about finding the keys, but Nicole's an animated person.
It's true.
Right? And that's why I was like, oh, whoever it is, I would have been just as animated, like super excited for Sarah Bignell to find them.
Yeah.
I was close in the small group because Nicole is Sarah's small group leader.
You were.
Look at that.
There you go.
We found Cody's keys. If you want to know more about that story, ask me because I'm thrilled about it. All right.
It's a good story.
Our last question, or my last question for you. What was the new feature of Pierce Williams that I had never experienced, but it was awesome?
Oh.
You might have gotten it with
Okay. I'm not going to be wrong in my answer, but I don't think it's what you're looking for. So one of the new things that we had to do this time around was compost.
Yeah, that's
Okay, yeah.
Sorry. There was something that like it's actually I think been at Pierce Williams. It might have been in 2020, but we've never actually had access to it, and it was a game changer for this retreat.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should know the answer to this question. Like I feel like we probably talked about this.
We definitely did.
Yeah.
Many times.
Right.
Think for another second, and then I've got a really good hint for you.
Okay. It wasn't the cabin because we've always had that cabin. Oh man. I'm trying to think. Like I don't think this weekend or last weekend I guess I did anything that I've never.
We have one particular student who wanted access to it.
Oh, that's a great clue. It's the Wi-Fi.
It was the Wi-Fi, and
see, I didn't know that you never had access to Wi-Fi before.
And so
actually, I did know that. We've talked about that for sure.
Because we never and the cell reception is really bad at Pierce Williams,
right?
And so we've never had the ability to download songs very well. You could I used to have my phone propped up in the window to get enough cell reception that I could download songs into ProPresenter for lyrics, that type of thing. Mm-hmm. And our friend Cadeau. All weekend. Hey, can I get that Wi-Fi password?
Yeah, he was doing the most.
And I thought about this. So I told you this in the office earlier. I had another question because I was going to say, what's the Wi-Fi password?
I know the answer to this question too.
But don't say it because I realized all the junior highs would be like, let's write that down. So I decided not to ask that question.
Yeah.
All right. Last question from you.
All right, my last question is, during Saturdays, I think it was the morning session, you had everybody go off find their own
do
space.
Some spiritual disciplines.
Do some praying, do some spiritual disciplines.
Yep.
And everyone found their own space, and a couple people, and I'm sure more than the people I'm about to mention went outside, but a couple people I saw, because I was going around taking pictures, which is super awkward, by the way, taking pictures of people praying. It's
nothing awkward about that.
I feel like it's not awkward, but it just felt awkward doing it.
It's not like you had the camera in their face.
Yeah.
Show me how you pray.
Can you look really spiritual right now? Yeah, but there were two students specifically that I saw that were outside, and I was like, I really appreciate that because I felt like that's where I would go if I was doing that exercise. So who were the two students that were outside that I saw outside?
So I've been looking through our retreat photos.
Oh,
and
so you
I
might
know for sure. I know for sure there were two.
Okay,
and I know there was a guy and a girl.
Yep.
Leo Weeb was one of them.
That's correct.
The second one, was it Megan Kearns?
It was not. Keep guessing. Got to go down the list of who was at the retreat.
There's only so many girls that were at the retreat. Sarah Bignell.
It was not Sarah Bignell.
Maddie Bignell?
Nope.
Matilda.
No. You're really, really narrowing it down now.
Alexis?
No, it was not Alexis.
There's only so
you can do it.
You grade 12.
Like I said, you're 10. Really narrowing it down now.
Alexa?
It was not Alexa.
I think there's only like
a couple more.
Are there even, or did I just guess all the girls?
No, I know. Well, I mean, you haven't guessed it right. So there's at least one more.
Peyton Cake?
Yes, that is correct.
Hey, good job, Peyton.
There you go, Peyton. Peyton and Leo being outside. It was frigid.
It was cold. Like
it was so cold.
So again, on our May retreat, that would be the type of thing where junior highs would be outside because it's beautiful. Yeah. It was like -10.
It was uncomfortably cold.
Maybe
outside.
not -10. Friday especially was frigid.
Yeah.
Frigid.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for today's episode. If you are in junior high and you're like, oh, well, that's great, I didn't get to be there. That's okay. May.
It's
going to happen.
Your time.
I cannot wait for May.
It's going to be really fun.
It's going to be super fun.
A lot of fun.
And I already, so I'm going away this week, so I'm not going to be on the next couple of podcasts. Right. But one of the things I'm going to task Cody with is starting to plan an epic game. An epic, like junior highs, this is going to be the best game of your lives. Yeah. Is that a lot of pressure?
That is a ton of pressure. I'd just like to say, if it's not, complain to this guy because
why complain to me?
You made the claim.
Yeah,
I'm going to make the game, and I'm going to try to make it as best as I can.
You have 3 months to make it.
But I'm never going to claim that it's the best game that you've ever played.
3 months to make the best game. You could put all your time and energy into it. Just joking, you can't. And high school students, if you weren't on the retreat, hopefully this kind of made you feel like you were there.
Next year.
And for those of you who were on the retreat, thanks for coming, and hopefully you enjoyed this episode because it was great for us to kind of like recap, think about reminisce on a wonderful weekend away. Yeah. And we're excited for next February. It's going to be great.
Excited for May.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it from us. Again, I won't be on the podcast. Well, I don't know about this week. We'll talk about that next week. But I'll miss at least one for sure. But otherwise, we'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah. See you guys later.